Alright boys, just like that, the meat event, and I cannot wait for this one. I'm so glad that Glover is getting another opportunity to try and get his belt back, because when things went down and the way the whole situation unfolded where he didn't want to take this short notice fight against Magomed Ankalaev, and essentially the UFC said, sweet, okay, we'll see you later then. I almost thought that that might be the end for Glover and that maybe he would never get this shot again. So it's good to see. I mean, you obviously hate for Jiri to ever lose the belt the way he did. Obviously, he did so with such class. Gnarly injury, says right away, I'm not going to hold up this division. You hate to see it, but it did provide, in a sense, an opportunity for Glover to get another shot, and he's going to have to do so against Jamahal Hill, aka Sweet Dreams, who simply has that YOLO one-touch power. I mean, this is a guy who is just going out there and finding ways to just land that heavy punch, and once he does land it, it makes sense why his nickname is Sweet Dreams, right? Like, these guys go dozing off into a slumber right away when he connects, and he finds a way to land that precise punch and is almost like a sniper, right? He's very patient in there, he's calculated, but he'll see that opening and boom, it's lights out. So I'm interested to see if he's able to do the same against Glover Teixeira in this one. And Glover, we know, is a tough guy to put out. I mean, it took an absolute back and forth war and a fifth round finish for Jiri to ultimately get the job done against Glover. And obviously that was a fifth round where Glover had him rocked. Then he jumps to guillotine, and they were so slippery, so bloody that it proved to be consequential, because once down there, Jiri ended up finding a way to win by submission, because both guys were just so gassed at that point, and whoever ended up on top was essentially going to get the victory. So a beautiful performance from Jiri, but a beautiful performance from Glover as well. Like, he showed why he was the 205 champ, and even at such an old age of 43, showed that he still has a lot left in the tank. And if we look at him physically, I mean, the dude looks absolutely shredded. He looks massive. Meat commented earlier, like, can't wait to get on whatever diet Glover is on when I'm in my 40s, because he's looking absolutely stacked, and Jamahal Hill looks good as well. So gonna be crazy to see how this one unfolds. But again, very happy for Glover. A hometown fight. There's obviously stacked top to bottom Brazilians on this card, and this could be a truly cool story, because if he's able to get that belt back, maybe he even retires, and maybe he walks out on such a high moment, and it'd be incredible, because this is a guy who a lot of people wrote off. People said that when he joined the UFC, he was already past his prime, and it did take him a little while to get into the promotion, but he's always proved why he belongs ever since being here. So we can't wait to see how this one goes down. If we look at Tapology, 63% is rolling with Glover. Majority is copper for that sub, a little bit of brown for the KO, but a finish nonetheless. And 37% is rolling with Sweet Dreams, and predictably, it's basically all brown. It's going to be tough to imagine a world where Jamahal Hill wins a 5-round decision against Glover, but if he is able to get this done, it's most likely by that YOLO one-touch Sweet Dreams power. But both Meat and your boy are rolling with Glover in this one. We think that he'll be able to survive that first round, the first 7 minutes essentially, when Sweet Dreams is his most dangerous. And once he has got through those most dangerous moments, he should be able to do what he wants to Jamahal Hill, whether it's on the feet, maybe it's on the mat, wherever he chooses to get this fight. When Jamahal Hill starts to fade and is a little bit more fatigued, we think Glover's just going to have a decided advantage in those later moments. So we're going Glover. We both think that a finish is most likely, maybe second, maybe third, maybe even fourth round if Jamahal Hill can make it that far. But no shame in if you're picking Jamahal Hill, because the guy obviously has that YOLO pop, and maybe he's able to just completely spoil the party for Glover in this fight where he's trying to get his belt back. But me and I are buying the hype. We think Glover gets it done, and likely by finish. So let us know down below. It's basically a pick 'em. Are you on with Glover, or you think Sweet Dreams is going to put a sleeper to the story? Let us know.